Imagine you're an ordinary man. No money, no connections, no power. And one night, your family accidentally kills someone. Not just anyone. The son of the most powerful cop in town. The police know it was you. The whole system is coming for you. And the only weapon you have is how well you've watched movies. This is Drishyam, a 2015 Indian thriller that broke box office records across Asia, and it might just be the most perfectly plotted crime film you've never seen. Vijay Salgaonkar is the kind of guy you'd walk right past. He runs a small cable TV business in a quiet coastal town in India. No college degree, no social status, no ambition beyond taking care of his family. His wife, Nandini, manages their home. Their older daughter, Anju, is a teenager, smart, shy, figuring herself out. Their younger daughter, Anu, is all energy and questions. From the outside, this is a completely unremarkable family. But here's what nobody notices about Vijay. The man watches movies obsessively. Crime thrillers, police procedurals, murder mysteries. He doesn't just watch them for entertainment. He studies them. He watches how criminals get caught. The panicked alibi, the buried phone, the one witness they forgot about. And slowly, over years, he's arrived at a quiet, dangerous conclusion. People don't get caught because of what they did. They get caught because they lose control of the story. File that away. It matters. One evening, Vijay comes home and finds something wrong. His daughter Anju won't make eye contact, won't eat, won't speak. When the truth finally comes out, it's devastating. Months earlier, at a school trip, a boy named Sam secretly recorded Anju in a private moment, without her consent. And now he's using it to control her, threatening to release the footage if she doesn't comply. Think about what that means. This isn't just a teenage dispute. In a tight-knit, reputation-driven community, that footage could destroy her future, her relationships, her education, her life. The family is terrified, confused, paralyzed. Then Sam shows up at their house. He's calm, arrogant, smiling the way people smile when they know they hold all the cards. What happens next isn't a plan. It's a breaking point. Voices rise. Sam won't back down. Fear becomes desperation. And then, a single push. Sam falls. He doesn't get up. The room goes completely silent. Because in one chaotic, accidental moment, the Salgaonkar family has killed someone. Sam's phone buzzes on the floor. The screen lights up. One name, Mom. And here's where this story shifts from a domestic tragedy into something else entirely. Sam's mother is Inspector General Meera Deshmukh, the highest-ranking police officer in the region. Feared, respected, relentless. Think of her as the kind of cop who doesn't wait for warrants, who has connections at every level, who will burn the entire system to the ground if she thinks you've hurt her family. In a single moment, the stakes go from "we need to call the police" to "the police are the threat." This isn't a cover-up anymore. This is survival. Most people would fall apart here. Panic, confess, run, collapse. Vijay does something no one expects. He goes quiet, not frozen, not in shock, thinking. He looks at his wife and daughters, shaking, terrified, and he says, "We are not running. We're going to fix this." His wife doesn't understand. Fix what? How? They killed someone. But Vijay has spent years watching crime stories. He knows something that most people don't. An investigation isn't about what actually happened. It's about what investigators can prove happened. And proof always depends on story. Vijay's plan is not about hiding a body. It's about controlling a timeline. Step 1. Create witnesses. He takes the whole family out of town, not to escape, but to be seen. He chooses crowded, public places, markets, bus stations, restaurants, anywhere strangers might remember them. He talks to people just enough to be memorable, not enough to be suspicious. He's building a paper trail of presence. Step 2. Program memory. This is the part that's genuinely unsettling. When they return home, Vijay gathers his family and walks them through a story. What they did that weekend, where they went, who they saw, what they ate. Then he does it again, and again, and again, because Vijay understands something that neuroscientists have actually studied. Human memory is not a recording. It's a reconstruction. If you repeat a story enough times, with enough detail, the brain stops treating it as something you were told and starts treating it as something you experienced. By the time any investigator arrives, his family won't be reciting a lie. When the police come, they already suspect Vijay. You can hear it in how they talk to him. Friendly on the surface, surgical underneath. Every question is a test. Where were you Saturday? Who did you see? What did you buy? Classic interrogation technique. Ask the same question in different ways, at different times, to different family members. Catch the inconsistencies. That's where the truth hides. But when they separate the family into different rooms, Nandini gives the same answers. Anju gives the same answers. Same dates, same places, same details. No Hosadashjan. And the police realize something that shakes them. This isn't a family in panic. This is a family that has already won. Inspector General Meera Deshmukh isn't just a villain. She's a mother. And that distinction matters enormously. She doesn't want justice. She wants her son. She studies Vijay the way he studies crime films. Watches how he breathes, what he says, what he deliberately doesn't say. And she notices something that no one else does. Everything is too perfect. Normal people forget things. They lose receipts. They mix up which days something happened. They fill silences with nervous rambling. Vijay doesn't do any of that. His story is airtight. And airtight stories don't exist in real life. Only in movies. She can feel that Vijay is lying. She just can't prove it. Yet, as the investigation intensifies, something shifts. The police cross lines, illegal detentions, psychological pressure, tactics that blur the boundary between law enforcement and intimidation. They drag family members in for extended questioning. They try to isolate the children. They create an atmosphere of constant dread. And for a moment, it almost works. The facade begins to crack. Fear seeps through. The story wavers. Then Vijay steps in. Calm, deliberate. He steadies them, corrects the course. Because he already predicted this. He knew pressure was coming. He planned for it. Every move the police make, Vijay anticipated. Then comes the moment the police are sure they've won. They've found a lead, a location, a place where they believe Sam's body is buried. They bring in excavators, call the media, make it public because they want Vijay to know it's over. The ground is opened. Everyone goes quiet. The shovel hits something solid. They dig faster, pull out a bag, open it, and inside, the remains of a dead animal. Nothing else. The silence that follows is devastating, but not for Vijay, for the police, because now they don't look like investigators. They look like people who just desecrated someone's property, traumatized a family in public, violated every rule of due process, and found absolutely nothing. The narrative has flipped entirely. And this is where the real genius of Vijay's plan becomes clear. He didn't just hide the evidence. He hid it in the one place where no one would ever think to look. Because investigators, like all of us, follow patterns. They expect the truth to make sense. They search where logic points them. Vijay understood that. He built his entire plan around their expectations. And then he put the truth somewhere outside the map they were using. The film doesn't spell out exactly where. It doesn't need to. The final image, a quiet shot that most viewers clock a second too late, says everything. It's the kind of ending that makes you rewind. In the end, the police are left with what they started with: suspicion, instinct, and zero proof. Vijay walks away, silent, untouched, not because he was innocent, but because he understood the game better than anyone playing it. He never had power. He never had influence. He had something more dangerous: clarity about how stories work. So here's what I keep coming back to. We root for Vijay, completely, even knowing what he did. And the movie knows that. It's not asking you to decide if he was right. It's asking you to notice that you already did. At his core, Vijay is the perfect family man. A father who will do anything and everything to protect his family. What does it say about a justice system when the most moral outcome is the one where it fails? If you like your thrillers built on pure intelligence, not action, this might be the best 10 minutes you spend this month. But there is one final question that remains. The police found the carcass of a dog, but they never found Sam. The alibi was perfect, but the body is still out there. Do you know where Vijay actually buried it? If you want to see the breakdown of how he hid the evidence in plain sight, comment part 2 below. If I see enough interest, I'll bring you the full analysis of the most genius cover-up in cinema history. Drop in the comments. At what point did you figure it out? I want to know.